Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. Today, we'll be talking something very important, and it's about a video that is all over TikTok about a Russian woman saying that Black people should come to Russia, that they are going to treat them well, and she has not seen a lot of Black people in Russia, and she said that do not be afraid to come because in Russia they are going to see you as something exotic. And a lot of you are asking, what do you mean by something exotic, like cars, houses, all those things and all that? And then somebody's going to look into your eyes to check if you're a human being, trying to know if you scrub your skin, pet your hair like something in the zoo and all that. And a lot of people are like, you know what? I want you to point me to the direction of Afro-Russian. Let's see something. We want to see something. And the truth is that I don't know if this young woman meant well or this is just satire, because it sounds like something out of the blues, seeing a Russian woman telling you to come to Russia because you are going to be well treated and all that. I think this is a setup. I am not going to lie to you. And number one is, even if she meant well, number one is that you do not force people or ask people to come over to a certain place. If Black people decide that, oh yeah, I think I want to go to, but telling us to come, I think I am going to say, no, thank you. I know them really so good, and I am trying so hard to be nice with my words and all that. So for me, it is a no, and thank you so much for the invite. Let's get into this video.
American things that do not exist in Russia, part 5. Black people. Well, they do, but it is mostly in the big cities, it is rarity, it is mostly Afro-Russians, and it's only 0.03% of our population. I've never seen a Black person growing up in Russia. The first time I did is when I went to UK and I was 17 years old. And historical reason for that in 1842 our Emperor Nicholas I banned human of Africans and stated that slaves who will arrive in Russia would be set free, and people who broke the law would be put on trial and punished. So Black people in Russia is more something of wonder, curiosity, something, exotic from overseas. Going back to Afro-Russians, those are people of African descent who migrated and settled in Russia, and it's usually multi-generational. We usually get many students from Africa who come to a big cities, usually Moscow or St. Petersburg, to study medicine. Many of them settle in Russia, many of them marry Russian women or men, have kids, and that's how we have Black Russians. But I'm telling you, the majority of Russians, especially in the smaller towns, have never ever seen a Black person in their life. So if you're Black, please don't be scared to come to Russia. Nobody going to beat you up, nothing negative going to happen. People will be just curious. They will try to talk to you, maybe take pictures with you, but that's okay. You will be very exotic person over there. Now I am curious. Tell me, what have you heard about Russia and going to Russia as a Black person? So if you're Black, please don't be scared to come to Russia. Nobody.
Never. Alexander Pushkin, yeah, he's Black, by the way. False opportunities. Trapped in a country where they may work hard for very little pay. This is my question to Russians and to Russia in general. Y'all think we stupid? Do y'all think we stupid? Because if you're saying that some people have never seen Black people before, that has to be insanely false or insanely ignorant. Not only that, what are you all trying to pull? We don't want to go wherever y'all are at. We're trying to find our own place, okay? We don't want to come to Russia. We don't need to come to Palestine, Israel, none of that stuff. That is y'all's thing. This makes me so angry I can't even speak, because you know why? I've been calling out Russians for the last week based on information that I posted, based on information I've researched and looked up. It took nothing at all. So and I'm trying to show people what Russia really is. And I keep getting pushback because the only thing that people seem to care about is how funny my facial expressions are. Not the information that's being provided. Nothing. You all like bullshit. You all like drama. You love celebrities. It's getting to a point where we don't deserve any type of freedom. Because what have we worked for? What are we doing? We got Russians on here openly talking about, you can come to Russia. There is no racism in Russia. They are just going to look at you like you are from the exotic of nature. Bruh. They literally used to put us in zoos and circuses and theaters. So as a marvel, for people to marvel and look at. As if we were animals. People are just going to stare at you. They may take picture. Why? Why? Dangerously close to trying to run for president of the black people. And I'm going to get us together in community groves, meeting up, having monthly meetings so that we can figure this shit out. How can we recreate Black Wall Street? How can we recreate a life for ourselves?
If you're black, please don't be scared to come to Russia. Nobody.
I don't know about this, man. I feel like I need a black traveler content creator to co-sign on this, because I don't know about that. And I only say that because it is annoyingly common when you have white friends that travel for you to hear about how you have to go to this place, have to go to that place. Then you ask them about how do they treat black people? What's the racism situation like? They will always downplay it, like to really give this sentiment of like, it's not as bad as the United States, so you have nothing to worry about. But that's not what you're talking about, right? Like in their minds, they're thinking about overt racism, like things that are right in your face. And they're like, and because they don't see it, they don't see people getting beat up in the street. They don't see people strung up and whatnot. They're like, it's not bad. Like, they're like, it's fine. It's safe. It's the equivalent of a guy telling a woman, you can walk alone at 2 o'clock in the morning in this neighborhood, no problems. It's like, no, I can't. it's like, don't worry, it's safe, it's fine. What do you got to worry about? It's like, no, you don't. My experience is different than your experience. That's basically what it is. Our experiences are different. So there might be some things you won't catch up on, but that doesn't mean that it's not racist, right? So they'll keep going about these oh, no, it's not bad. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. And because their logic around it is more like, how can I put this? Their logic is like, shit. It's okay. It's like this. It's like, this place isn't racist because no one can call you the N-word because no one speaks English. It's like that. It's like, because the racism isn't the same, the assumption is that it doesn't exist. And that's not true at all. And, they're not thinking about the microaggressive racism and things like that. They don't think about that stuff. So what'll happen is, and I've seen this happen, that their black friend will be like, okay, fine, I trust you, because they'll probably tell him like, I would never put you in that kind of situation that makes you uncomfortable. Like, yeah, that's right, yeah, I don't think you would. So I'll go on this trip with you to this country. Then they go, experience what they thought they were going to experience, and then the white friend will tell them what? Just ignore it. We're here, have fun, just ignore it. And it's like, no, they shouldn't have to ignore anything. You're on vacation. They should be able to experience vacation as you experience vacation. They shouldn't have to deal with any emotional or mental stress because someone's being a dick. The only thing they should be ignoring is the bill. They should just be like, yo, I'm having a good time. I don't care what it is. Just have fun. But no, that's why people ask that stuff. That's why I totally understood one black traveler creator that I follow, when she was like, I only go to black countries now because I want to be treated like a person the first time. Simple as that. So, and what happens is, if you do that to your friend who's black, they're not going to fuck with you anymore because you put them in an uncomfortable situation when you promised you wouldn't. And even though they tried to tell you about the situation, you've refused to acknowledge them. So, it is what it is. So yeah, it's important to really check your privilege before you tell black people where they can feel safe.
So if you're black, please don't be scared to come to Russia. Nobody... I'm not sure if this is satire or if she genuinely is just naive. No offense. I'm not coming at you, the creator. I'm just saying, when did we normalize a human being as an exotic thing? That doesn't sound good in my language. And I'm not talking English. I'm just talking the way it was said. We're people. We've always been people. We are the only race, the only species, whatever it is. We are the only ones that segregate. There is no other animal, bug, whatever, birds. None of them segregate. None of them. They're all different colors. And they're all birds. And they're all dogs. And they're all cats. And they're all whatever the fuck they are. Just like we're all human beings. And the last time I checked, it would be brown people. Because hair is black. People are not.
that's going to happen. People will be just curious. They will try to talk to you, maybe take pictures.
I'ma just say this. For black people, going to a country or being in a situation where there is not much black representation, there is not a large black population, the people don't have experience around black people and don't have knowledge of black people, that automatically tells us we will experience anti-blackness, racism, even if it's casual or polite, because those little situations that you said are probably going to happen where they're going to want to take pictures and they're going to want to tell you how exotic you are and ask questions. All of that usually comes with microaggressions. And I don't believe that a lot of black people want to be treated as they are an exotic anomaly from overseas. Something to gawk at, something to ooh and ah and take photos with like you're at Disneyland. It's just, I don't feel like you can speak for the whole of Russia about how they feel about black people. You cannot guarantee that black people going to Russia are not going to be harassed, not going to experience racism and anti-blackness or violence for that matter. I mean, this was a cute little history lesson. If you're trying to get, people to travel to Russia, tourism, that's cute, very cute. But it's like our good brother said when he asked that question. That's fine and everything, but do they like Negroes? Because that's what we need to know. Putting ourselves in a position where we know there are not going to be a lot of other people like us, we're not going to have a support system, we're not going to have anybody to see ourselves in, we're not going to see ourselves reflected, we're not represented, and we know that the people surrounding us in this situation don't have the right knowledge and are probably ignorant and anti-black because anti-blackness is global. That's a very stressful situation that a lot of us don't willingly want to put ourselves into. Like I said, this was a cute little history lesson about black people, slave trade in Russia. And I'm sure if some black people want to go to Russia, they're going to go to Russia. Like, it's going to be what it is. But again, you cannot speak for everyone's view on black people in Russia. Nor can you promise we won't be harassed. We won't get, weird situations with people like touching our hair, violating our bodily autonomy and our space, making ignorant remarks, backhanded compliments, microaggressions, or just straight up blatant racism or violence. You can't make that promise, Anya. And the sad reality is that anti-blackness is global. It's not cute for us to be called exotic. It's not cute for people to be constantly wanting to take pictures with us. It just shows the ignorance and the lack of exposure to black people that your people that you think would do this have. I feel like you should probably make your videos more targeted towards Russians and gauge how they feel about black people. And I also challenge you to make a video asking Afro-Russians what their experiences have been there in Russia with anti-blackness. And then let's see what the consensus is. Like I said, I'm not trying to attack you, Miss Anya. I'm not trying to do none of that. I just want you to think before you make sweeping assumptions for black people, on behalf of black people, and on behalf of Russians. Because you can't guarantee that. And we know better. But that was a cute little history lesson or whatever. I just had to let you know that real quick. And please don't call black people exotic. Don't do that. That's not cute. It's not.
So this is all I got from the stitches, and trust me, I don't know if this is a joke, because for me it really sounds like a joke. It's like setting people up and excuse me, putting them in danger and all that. So I don't know if it's a satire or she's actually trying to be serious. And can someone actually point me in the direction of Afro-Russians? I mean, I just want to say something, And it's amazing how she said that they are going to see you as something exotic, like cars, private jets, luxury things, and all that. Because how did she even come out with this mindset, or how did she even arrive here? Because I feel like it's a setup. I don't know. It's I can just believe that a Russian is telling black people to come to and she said she has not seen any black person. I am sure there are other probably black people, but she is saying she has not seen. That the first she saw was in London or somewhere, and but she wants us to come. Is that not enough reason for her to know that something is wrong? That there are, like, some people are not welcome, or it's people that look like me or are not, like, mostly not welcome in Russia. Because I really don't want to say a lot, but I have so many Russian friends, like, I work with them and all that, and I can tell you that they will even tell you by themselves that they are that, and they really do not want to see other, like, they do not even want to see some people, like, even with their skin color, let alone people that look like me. So it is that serious. And listening to her and hearing her say that they really do not value, they do not like, listen, they do not like black people. And she was and they have their reasons for not liking, but then it is what it is. So she coming out to tell us that we should come so they can pet your hair, and look into your eyes to know if you are human, or trying to ask you, did you scrub your skin? Why is it so dark? And the rest of it, those micro aggression that happens and all of that. That is really not what people want. I mean, but if she meant well, you never can tell. If she meant well, I am sure, like, coming to a place is not what you force people to do. Peradventure, anybody decides that, oh yeah, it's time to go to Russia to explore and see what it's going on there, why not? Feel free to go. But them calling us to tell us that you are just going to be something exotic when you come to where we are, and the rest of it is out of it, really. Let nobody fool anybody. So Black Russian sounds like a drink. So I do not think that it's something I want to do. And I remember somebody telling a story how, like, I think that person was sent to Russia to do something, and they saw a black person and fainted. This is true story, I'm not lying. They saw a black person and fainted. So I think she should stop making Russia so appealing to some people's ear, because I am sure a lot of people do not want to face some certain things, especially when they travel, those microaggression that black people face and all of that. So yeah, you all know better. I don't know why I am missing words. You all can see how I'm talking. I'm trying so hard not to be very, like, come out so negative or say some, some words and all that. But you all already know what I am saying. It's a no. You ain't going anywhere, bro, sis. Stay back and go where you are, highly needed, where you are going to spend money and also enjoy, like, where you are sought after. There are places you want to go to and people really want you to come there because they are really nice people. They are great people. There are so many things you are going to enjoy and the rest of it. So do not spend your money where you are not wanted. That's all I have to say. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.